You know, sometimes the bitterest pills to swallow are those that are best for you. Do you know who said that? Me, just then. Very informative. No, it's true, I think, because I obviously wanted to put that upload up yesterday. First time in 3 weeks that I've uploaded anything, nearly a month. And obviously the last video I did, I took it down because it was far too soppy and sappy and depressing, and it just wasn't me, you know. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people took that in the wrong context. Maybe, I don't know, titling or something could probably led people up the garden path, which I didn't mean to. And there was people under the impression that I was quitting, I was finishing, and it wasn't that. What I was saying was, I'm just a little bit fed up with the way things are, and I said that, you know, I've lost loads of subs, and it got a little bit too deep and a little bit daft, and I was aware of that when I did it, but I just wanted to sort of express how I was feeling at the time. Now, the repercussions of that was that obviously a lot of people were, there's so many comments on the video that I couldn't answer them all. There was like 500-600 comments on the video, and most of them were people saying, stay strong, don't quit, be strong, and you know, things like, which is lovely. It's lovely to think that people offer you that kind of advice and that support, but realistically, that wasn't what I was saying. I wasn't saying I wanted to quit. Even though it was in the title, what I was basically saying was that people are quitting. People are making videos saying, I quit, I'm done with this, my channel's fucked, and all the rest. As which I was explaining, I can see it with mine as well. I can see that the channel's losing subs. Now, that said, I was still in kind of a good place, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to be. I just wanted the dust to settle down with the whole drama thing that's been floating around, which I think it has a little bit now. I had to take some very harsh advice from people, those who I would consider closest to me on YouTube, you know, who I suppose I would consider air quotes friends, even though I've never met these people. You still kind of know each other, you know, through however many videos you've watched of each other, you get an understanding of what makes that person tick and what kind of people you're dealing with. And I think a lot of advice people would give me was, look, snap out of it, snap out of this, stop fucking going on, stop whinging, stop complaining. All you have to do is complain at the moment, and I don't want to see you do it, because normally your videos can be quite upbeat and fun, and this isn't the direction you're going in. Everything's just a little bit, you know, poor me, and things like that. And you don't like to hear those things, really, because you don't want to think that that's the vibe you're giving off, but the fact of the matter is, it was true, and I understood that. So I wanted to take a step back, refresh myself, have some time out, and understand what I was going to do to bring everything up to speed and, you know, find my feet again. And that's what I've done. I also had a video made about me by some guy, I can't remember his name now, to be honest with you, but Bipolar Bear, one of my subs, linked me to it, and he says, watch this. He said, don't take it the wrong way, but watch it and see what you think. And it was this guy roasting me. I mean, roasting me. Good God, he absolutely went to town on me. You know, he said in the video, no hate intended, but somebody directed him to that video and he watched it and he said, I can't believe what I've just watched. And he said, this guy, first of all, he started off, he said, I've got a voice of God, which I thought that was nice. And that was about it. That was pretty much the positivity's over. From there, it was downhill, you know, saying that I sound like complaining and I don't appreciate what I've got and my thumbnails are crap and I need to put more effort in and stop whinging and stop being such a little bitch, basically. And I didn't like that video. You know, with the place I was in at the time, I wasn't in a good place anyway. And obviously I was on this sort of, this time to reflect and stuff like that. So I didn't need to see that realistically, but that was what I thought at the time. And in hindsight, I really did need to see that. I needed somebody to kind of, you know, it's like, you know, when you see somebody and they're frantic and they're panicking, and they don't know where to go, and then they get a slap around the face and it's like, oh, okay, thank you. That's put me back in check. That was the slap in the face I really needed. And obviously one night, I think it was last week, I was sitting there and I was looking through Twitter and I was looking through YouTube and I was trying to think about how I was going to attack YouTube again and become fun again and become more, I don't know, become something that people wanted to spend that time to watch and not watch it just because they're thinking, oh, what's he going to, oh God, he's fucking moaning again. Move away, people, move away, step away from the APOC, nothing to see here. That's how I was at the time. But last week I thought, no, I'm going to push myself in and I'm going to dig in deep and I'm going to get through this. And I sort of like got the last video which you saw, which is obviously talking about kill streaks and the pressure of Call of Duty and why we get stressed out and angry and things. And that was the video I wanted to do. That's like a week old, I think it is. It's over a week old. And I was trying to put that in Vegas, and unfortunately Vegas kept crashing on me, as it always does. I mean, for a program that's like £600 or whatever it is, or $600, I don't know how much it costs, it's pretty shit, you know. I've had about 4 different versions of Vegas, and they are very, very temperamental. Vegas has stopped working, he's gone to bed, and that's what mine was doing. And the thing that was causing it the most hassle and causing it to crash the most was that bit of footage where that troll pushes my Cerberus off the roof. So I sat and I watched multiple YouTube videos on how to stop this from happening. I must have watched about 15-20 videos, people saying, oh, you need to go into Chrome and untick this, or you need to go into Sony Vegas, find this and pull that out and untick it, and this and that and whatever else, all these different things. And I turned the render settings down. I made the videos as almost as crap as possible just to see if I could get it uploaded, and it wasn't working. Every time I dragged that little bit of media into the timeline, it crashed. Vegas Pro has stopped working. Would you like to report this issue? And it's like, yes, I would like to report it. I have a version of Vegas that I don't know if I paid for it because it came with a computer, so it might be a little bit hooky, but it's not working. What can you suggest? Prison? We can suggest that you spend a good stretch in prison, you pirating, philandering bastard. So yeah, I couldn't really report it, I just had to deal with it. Now, I was looking at different ways how I can get around it, and one of my subscribers, Black Scarecrow, link as always in the description to his channel, was very kind enough to say, look, I can help you out. Vegas is a pile of poo, but here we go, I can sort you out with Adobe Premiere and Photoshop as well. I've been after Photoshop for ages, which obviously will help with my apparent thumbnail epidemic that I didn't know I had. I was really proud of my thumbnails. You know, I've been doing my thumbnails through Vegas. Once upon a time, I used to sort of bully people into doing it. Not bully. I used to, you know, go on Twitter and say, can anybody do a thumbnail? And 4 or 5 people say, what do you need? And it'd be like, oh, okay, I'm done. I've got somebody else to do it. Thank you. And then I'd say, can you do this, that? And, you know, people have produced some great thumbnails. People have produced some thumbnails. It's probably not what you really wanted, but it's a thumbnail that you needed, and that's what you've used. Whereas now I've got more control, and that's what I thought I had with Sony Vegas, and I was really happy with what I put together. I thought that was quite imaginative, but this guy in this video was like, your thumbnails are crap, absolutely piss poor. What did you do them on, Windows Paint, you pathetic British bastard? And I was like, oh, that hurts, that hurt me inside. But no, I did them on Vegas, so I did them another cheap way. So yeah, Black Scarecrow supplied me with all this stuff to help me get back to making videos, and I've literally just sat there, spent the last couple of days trying to puzzle my way around how to use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I've kind of got my head around it. Now, the video quality isn't probably going to be amazing, and there's probably people say, oh, you need to color correct this and that and the other. But, you know, from a transition from Vegas moving over to this, it's quite a big transition because I'm finding Premiere Pro is very confusing and there's a lot to deal with on there. But do you know what? At least it works, and at least everything runs fine, and at least I can put MP4 and M2TS and WAV and everything into it, and it accepts it, it welcomes it in. Hello, my door's open, I'm Premiere Pro, how are you? Is this your friends? Yes, my name's Apocalypse. This is WAV, M2TS, and MP4. Can they come in for tea? Sure, coming in. Okay, everybody's welcome. Here, take a seat, have a beer. Whereas Sony Vegas was like the kind of person who only wanted you to come round and none of your friends, because it wasn't a very sociable person, i.e. a miserable git. So yeah, Black Scarecrow, link in the description. Thank you very much to him. He's kind of really pulled me back on my feet because I didn't sort of know what I was going to do. And like I say, this last week I've been just puzzling my head, trying to figure out how I'm going to get uploads up. Whereas now, I can do it again. And I've got to say, actually messing around with all these different bits of software, also I've got After Effects which I need to look at as well and figure out what I'm going to do with that and if it can enhance the YouTube experience for you guys anymore. Fiddling around with these things and learning the ropes again has actually sort of been, it's been quite nostalgic for me of when I started and I got Sony Vegas. It was all very exciting, and learning the ropes sort of made me think I'm going to get better at this, I'm going to produce more and I'm going to add more things, and oh, I'll put that in, people might like that, that might be a good addition, how about that? So yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody for your support. Sorry if I worried people with my titling of my videos. I never always think straight. It's like I said before, I don't really do clickbait. That was the other thing, actually. Everybody said I should clickbait more. No, not lie in my titles, but just, bold letters and arrows, I don't know. But, yeah, people have said I should be a little bit more pushy with my content and not be so laid back. And, hey, if you want to come in, come in. If you don't, then, hey, that's fine. Just walk past and window shop. But yes, that's pretty much that. So thanks to Black Scarecrow. Thanks to everybody for being supportive. Thank you. It's been a good break. I've got my head together with some ideas, and now, at least now, my software's all good and working and fine. I can put those ideas into action. Much love. Apocalypse done.